Well, speaking of everything we're discussing as in the AI kind of worst case scenarios, whatnot, I think this leads right into what Joe Rogan interview is right here.
Yeah.
All right. We got Joe Rogan video now.
The Joe Rogan Experience.
So this is logical. And the problem is, like I said, when I've talked to Mark Andreessen and many other people, they think this is just fear-mongering. We'll be fine. This is worst case scenario. We'll be fine.
It is worst case scenario, but that's standard in computer science, in cryptography, in complexity, in computability. You're not looking at best case. I'm ready for the best case. Give me utopia.
Yep.
I'm looking at problems which are likely to happen. And it's not just me saying it. We have Nobel Prize winners, Turing Award winners, all saying this is very dangerous, 20, 30% P-doom. This is standard in industry. 30% is what surveys of machine learning experts are giving us right now.
So what is worst case scenario? Like, how could AI eventually lead to the destruction of the human race?
So you can asking me how I would kill everyone.
Sure.
And it's a great question. I can give you standard answers. I would talk about computer viruses, breaking into maybe nuclear facilities, nuclear war. I can talk about synthetic biology, nanotech. But all of it is not interesting when you realize we're talking about superintelligence, a system which is thousands of times smarter than me. It would come up with something completely novel, more optimal, better way, more efficient way of doing it. And I cannot predict it because I'm not that smart.
Jesus.
That's exactly what it is. We're basically setting up an adversarial situation with agents which are like squirrels versus humans. No group of squirrels can figure out how to control us.
Right.
Even if you give them more resources, more acorns, whatever, they're not going to solve that problem. And it's the same for us. And most people think 1 or 2 steps ahead. And it's not enough. It's not enough in chess. It's not enough here. If you think about AGI and then maybe superintelligence, that's not the end of that game. The process continues. You'll get superintelligence creating next level AI. So superintelligence plus plus, 2.0, 3.0, it goes on indefinitely. You have to create a safety mechanism which scales forever, never makes mistakes, and keeps us in decision-making position. So we can undo something if we don't like it.
And it would take superintelligence to create a safety mechanism to control superintelligence.
At that level. And it's a catch-22. If we had friendly AI, we can make another friendly AI. So if like aliens send us one.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
There's a lot to unpack
So
there.
here's my thing. What if the friendly, smartest, super smart AI that we create turns bad?
Well, it's from the exact question that we've had from the beginning, right?
I know.
Whoever controls it, as long as they're trying to, quote unquote, for the good, but the second you want to use this thing for nefarious reasons.
And especially like how we're trying to some of them, because, we've been talking about energy a lot.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of companies, they're trying to be self-sufficient, right? And and with the energy.
Yeah.
But here's the other thing. What's the next step? They're gonna try to make these robots self-sufficient with energy, and don't ask me how, but they're gonna eventually get there.
Yeah.
And once they do, how do we just unplug it?
We're getting closer to the Matrix. That's all I know.
That's what I'm saying is how we unplug that at that point.
Yeah, you can't.
Exactly.
Well,
There's no stopping it. Like you said,
There's
it's
no
always
stopping
going to be 10 steps ahead of us.
You better know how to grow tomatoes and potatoes in your backyard and know how to live in woods.
yeah. Which, unfortunately, I think America, we're kind of in trouble there.
Getting away from that, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But with this always being 2, 3, not even 2, 3 steps ahead, 10 steps ahead, you just, we can't comprehend where this thing can go. So if there isn't a way to shut this thing off, and it says, "Hey, I'm trying to protect you," what was it? I robot, right? Oh, I'm trying to do what's best for you and save you. So I locked you in your room so you can't get hurt.
Yeah.
Because it's dangerous outside.
Yeah.
You're going to have these types of scenarios.
And with all the...
Well, I was going to say, I don't know if you guys heard about this, but what's the one that Eli has built, the AI one? Is it Gemini, correct?
The one that's plugs in your brain?
No,
that's Neuralink.
I mean, just like a ChatGPT version.
Oh, that's Gronk.
Gronk.
Or something.
So
Grok.
you heard
Grok.
about Gronk going crazy?
Grok. Yeah, they shut it down or something last week, right?
Yeah.
They did?
Yeah.
They released a new version and then it went off the rails a little bit, I think.
Yep. The new version, they did an update and it was like spitting out bad information, and that's kind of the danger of this, and that's kind of what he's alluding to. Like,
But there's a
it's-
main power off switch somewhere,
Yeah.
apparently. Still, but like you said, once you get to super intelligence,
And-
controlling super intelligence,
And here's the
how
other
do you-
thing, right?
How do you shut that off?
Here's the other thing. This company, or Elon and LLC is in space industry, all these other industries, and he's planning to put his AI in Teslas.
Yeah.
He said
Yep.
that.
Yep.
And so next thing he want to put that AI in his space.
Yeah, of course. I
And-
mean,
and-
and if you think about it, those guys right now, when they in SpaceX, if you watch any of the Dragon launches or any of that, they literally don't touch much. And it's not like they're the ones driving the ship. It's hey, we're doing some functional checkouts, and this thing's basically on autopilot up to the International Space Station.
Yeah, and speaking of, kind of getting back to the last topic of our current topic, worst case scenarios. Here's an example of this from the Joe Rogan show.
You want to hear the scariest AI story I know? DARPA sets up this station at the top of the world, and all of a sudden the information that the technicians are getting is now 1,000 missiles are on their way to Washington, D.C. with 99.9% certainty. The guy panics, but he trusts. He says, wait a minute. He remembered that the night before he saw Khrushchev on TV at the UN, and he says, where's Khrushchev right now? They check. He's in New York City. Why would the Soviets send 1,000 nuclear weapons our way while their own leader is in New York? So someone had the idea to go outside, and lo and behold, what was there? A big full moon. The system was reading the moon moving and misinterpreted it as 1,000 thermonuclear ICBMs, and they didn't launch.
So we came that close to the end of the world.
Wow.
So guess what? Smart humans, we still need you.
Yeah, but also too, you got to remember that was what 30 years ago.
Common sense.
Common sense, smart humans, don't get discouraged by all this. What are we showing you? We still need you.
But that was again
wherever.
technology 30, 40 years ago. The technology now is way better. So
Yeah.
I would assume now we wouldn't hope to God have that situation.
Well, still, smart humans, stay
mean,
alive.
yeah.
I mean, that's the whole kind of key to this whole thing when you say worst case scenarios is that we can create these AI generated videos of somebody, mouthing off or missile fire or whatever, and to get this other person to trigger.
Riled up and
Yep, or-
start a riot.
And
or
he's
start
just
a
doing his
movement.
job. He's
Yep.
just doing his job because,
So just
Go ahead.
So low tech version of it. Lure back remember you guys remember that Egyptian rising, that when there was a riots and stuff in Egypt, right?
Yeah.
You know how that was triggered?
It was a fake video or something, wasn't it?
No.
Wasn't there a video that?
No, it was a real event, but how it was triggered was one real event. All it was, one fruit seller was harassed by police, and he killed himself or something, and from there, the whole freaking country went into fire.
Yeah.
Because the social medias over there was, I think, Twitter at a time, and maybe one more. I think there was a couple of social medias. Don't quote me on Twitter, but there was other social medias, and they basically, and it just went up, and they sported it, and the whole freaking country.
Well, if you think about it now, right, how easy would it be to rile up just people here in America if
Yeah.
China started making fake AI videos of these ICE detentions that people are rioting in front of now? I mean, you could easily have a fake video of a lot of different things, again, in the next year or two, scary, that rile up a generation, rile up a group of people, get people involved, want to vote people out. I mean, it's going to...
And people are emotionally charged, right?
Yeah.
They're charged because they're losing their jobs to AI, or especially if somebody got an art degree and they don't have any opportunity. Not telling you guys did anything bad. I'm just saying that's the environment now. But they got a degree that doesn't hold a value at this point, and they are already charged up, and they're looking for outlet, and these videos So right now, with all this immigration and border tightness,
Yeah.
who's losing out most? People who were smuggling stuff, even
Yeah.
humans and drugs and so on.
Yeah.
And they have billions and trillions of dollars, and they know how to use computer. They're smart enough.
Yeah.
And guess what? Right now, like all this riots and stuff happening, who think I mean, I mean, they definitely push the agendas and so on.
Yep.
And I think it's more and more how we use the technology and how it gets into evil hands, and how they can basically change the course of a country, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And,
and it only takes a short amount of time to do
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
You know, if you were to do something like that a month or two before our general election, get people riled up. Shoot, a week before, right? A lot of people vote that week. I mean, you could sway an election, right? You want to talk about true.
I mean,
political power.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm pretty sure there's a lot of, we have internally, they have a lot of agencies and everybody's already working on this and how
Yeah.
to control this. But I'm just saying,
True fake news.
And yeah, but still, I'm saying is for a general public, how you remember how PBS used to have these public announcements.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think government basically need to start some kind of public announcements how certain videos don't get wild up, and or maybe they need to create an agency where or organization where people trust it, because nowadays people there's certain percentage probably won't trust government either what they're saying. So I would say and we talked about the ethics, right? While few videos.
Yeah.
So we need some ethical organization that's being trusted by. Doesn't matter what your political views are. Doesn't matter you like red or black, green, whatever colors. Persons. It's just a one trusted organization that need to be basically created. Or if there's one, they need to build a credibility.
Could we make an AI one?
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
so the credibility, so people can really trust if they announce something or they say something and they credit something, and that's actually true.